Hey, Jack DiBenedetto, BrickHousePower.com. Today I want to talk about fighters and what kind of training they should be doing, what's best for them. Because fighting isn't a seasonal sport. It's a sport where you could be fighting 2 weeks from now, or you could be fighting 8 months from now. It doesn't matter. Fights happen all year round. So I've been lucky enough to work with fighters from amateurs all the way up to the UFC. And that's a really cool experience as a coach because you see the difference in the athletes mentally, physically, and what they're able to do. I've had the luxury of being able to experiment with different level athletes. What's really cool is there have been coaches before me that have done things, and I've gotten to bounce my ideas off of them and know what works and what doesn't, right? I don't have to. That's what's cool about this era that we live in. So to kind of bring everything down and keep this video as short as possible, because I hate rambling on, because I could talk about this shit forever. I found that a linear periodization program doesn't work because you're only ready. First of all, linear periodization isn't really the best anyway. Linear periodization, you're only ready at one specific time. Two, a block periodization is like, okay, it's better, but not really. A weekly undulating is better at mitigating stress and intensities and volumes and stuff like that. But the best one that I found for fighters is a conjugate style of training. Conjugate really works well, and I'm going to tell you why. It keeps the athlete ready at a very high level all year round. They are ready at not 100% all year round, but damn close to their 100% all year round. And what's great about that is if a fighter gets hurt and your fighter gets the call to step in a 5-day notice, you can taper them off and they're ready to go like that. Their conditioning's on point, their speed's on point, and their strength is on point. You do not need to worry about them. If you're only on week 4 of week 20 of your strength and conditioning program of your athlete, and it's a typical strength and conditioning program, and you get a call to step in 5 days notice, your athlete's 20 pounds overweight, your athlete's slow, your athlete is weak. It's just crazy. So try out Conjugate. It works really well. It's worked well for me. It's worked well for my athletes from beginner all the way to advanced. There is one thing I would like to mention. It's not for absolute beginners to training. You need to have a base in order to jump into any kind of program, especially like this. It was a saying that I've heard. It's you need to get in shape to get into shape. And Conjugate is one of those systems where there's so much work that's being done throughout the week. So much intensity, so much volume, so much this, so much that you're playing with. If you're off by a little bit, you're kind of screwed, right? So you need to have a certain level of readiness, of certain level of conditioning to your system before you jump into Conjugate. So think about that, coaches, before you give that to your athletes. Athletes, think about that before you jump into a certain kind of system. To give you an example, it would be kind of like you've been doing 3 sets of 10 for the past 5 years, and now you're going to jump into a system where you do 8 sets of 10. You're not ready for it. There's no way. That's so much volume, so much extra volume. It's just crazy. So, takeaways: Conjugate works because it keeps you ready, keeps your athlete ready all throughout the year. You can taper off very quickly, get ready for a fight. 2, build a base get the conditioning up so that you can start training that way for that specific type of training. And 3, leave a comment, subscribe for coaching and programming, brickhousepower.com. See you guys later.